After Tyson Fury's disappointing loss to Alexander Usyk in their highly anticipated rematch, John Fury, Tyson's father, took to social media to voice his frustrations. In a series of rants, he expressed his disappointment not only towards Usyk but also directed sharp criticisms at his own son. John claimed that Tyson's lack of preparation and carelessness ultimately led to his defeat against the same opponent for the second time this year. John Fury's diatribe was particularly pointed. He accused the three judges of the fight and the World Boxing Council of manipulating the system in favor of Usyk, calling them robbers. Initially, he alleged that Usyk had cheated Tyson out of a victory, but later turned his ire on Tyson as well, criticizing him for his lack of focus and preparation. "I was saying that on the broadcast. They needed mercy," John lamented, referring to the referee's decisions during the fight. He emphasized that Tyson had spent months in a training camp in Malta, isolating himself from his family and friends, only to return with a loss. Tyson's decision to cut off all communication during his training was met with concern from John, who felt that such extreme measures negatively impacted their relationship. John remarked, "It's crazy to push everyone that far and not win. That's a disgrace." He highlighted how the sacrifices made during the training camp ultimately led to disappointment, questioning whether the isolation was worth it. When discussing the fight's conditions, Tyson revealed that he had been focused solely on his training. "I've not spoken to anybody, just been focused on the fight," he explained. He described his time in Malta as regimented, filled with training sessions and minimal distractions. Yet, despite this intense preparation, Tyson was unable to secure a win, leaving both him and his father frustrated. John Fury, who often found himself in the spotlight for his antics, was noticeably absent from Tyson's corner during the rematch. His previous behavior, especially the controversial headbutt directed at a member of Usyk's entourage before the first fight, had drawn criticism. Many believe that John's emotional instability and unpredictable actions could have negatively influenced Tyson's performance. "He's nervous. He's not stable," John suggested, implying that Tyson's mental state was affected by their tumultuous relationship. In the aftermath of the fight, Tyson seemed to accept his father's criticisms with a degree of understanding. Although John expressed his anger towards Tyson's performance, he also acknowledged the emotional turmoil surrounding the fight. Tyson appeared at peace with the situation, even managing to share a light moment with Usyk's team after the match, contrasting sharply with John's previous outbursts. John Fury's behavior during the lead-up to fights has often overshadowed his son's achievements. After a particularly chaotic press conference for Tommy Fury's upcoming fight, where John was involved in another altercation, many boxing fans began calling for him to step back from the limelight. Comments on social media ranged from calls for bans from future events to outright ridicule of his actions. Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, weighed in on the situation, suggesting that the next logical step for Tyson might be a high-stakes bout against Joshua. Hearn noted that despite both fighters coming off losses, a matchup between them would still be monumental in British boxing history. "It's the biggest fight in the history of British boxing, and everyone will want to see it," he asserted. As the boxing community navigates the fallout from the rematch, John Fury's bombshell statements have only added fuel to the fire. His criticisms of Tyson, while harsh, underscore a complex father-son relationship that may need healing. The road ahead for Tyson remains uncertain, as he contemplates his future in the ring amid family drama and public scrutiny. John's passionate defense of his son often comes with a cost, and the boxing world is watching closely to see how this narrative unfolds in the coming months.